73 here. Welcome back to another issue of Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. We're looking at issue 42. We're not just going to look at it, though. We're actually going to build this. We've got, I think, our last piece of lower hull framing, so we'll look at that at the end of the episode. But we also have this little thread tapper, which is basically, apparently some people who have had difficulty putting in the little tiny black threads in the hull framing, the framework, we've been provided this tool so that we can kind of clean out those threads and move on. But we also have this recessed, the other recess, and all the little greeblies down in there. So let's take a quick look at the magazine, and then we're going to prime the recess in black. So let's see, we've got the YT-2000 light freighter. What is this from? I seem to remember this freighter. I don't know if is it Star Wars Rebels? I've seen pictures of this before, but I'm not sure. Oh, is it Rebel Alliance? The YT-2000 was designed for the 1999 LucasArts video game Star Wars X-Wing Alliance. Okay, that's where I know this from. Okay. I'm like, I know this ship. Because I played that game. That should give you an indication of how old I am. Let's see here. Planets and moons. Planets and moons. Combat Techniques 3. Evasive Maneuvers. Alright. And here we go. Okay, thread cutting tap. There's a cutting tap. Oh, the thread cutting tap has been provided to help readers who have tried inserting a screw into one of the threaded holes in the metal frames and found it is too tight to go in easily. If you have not experienced this problem, there will be no need to use the tap. The tap comes in two parts, the metal blade itself and a handle. To assemble, okay. Alright, well, if you want to read that, when you get your issue, you can read the rest of it. It just tells you how to thread that out. So we got the piece of hull plating, the tap, the hull details, and the greeblies that go in said hull details. So here we've got the detail, well, the greeblies, where they go, and then how to install the parts, and then how to prime them. I'm just going to prime this in black, starting off, and I'm going to actually go back over this at a later point and actually, you know, repaint. Well, maybe you don't know. I say you know all the time. I'm going to go back through this and then, you know, paint it how I want it. So anyway, I'm going to move the camera and we will get started with that. Okay, so here we've got the parts for issue 42. So let's just go ahead and rip into this. Piece of hull framework, or not framework, hull plating right there. That's where the cockpit tube is going to sit. So I'll just set that aside since we won't need that right now. And then we have the bag, which we don't need. We've got this part, so I think fits down into here, but don't really need that right now either, so I'm going to set that aside. It's rolling back at me. Piece of paper, which we never need. Of course, you know, someday we might. And then we've got our hull recess here, and then the greeblies that go on it. And we've got our super glue. I'm just going to put that right there so you know it's issue 42. Okay. So I've got my book over here. And let's see, start by trimming number 1 off the sprue. Number 1 is going to be one of the pieces. No kidding, bro. Okay. Alright, there we go. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This little thing down here, 6, 7, and then 8. Long piece. Okay. Start by trimming number 1 off the sprue. Easy enough to do. And we've got a little bump right there, so sand that off. And this, let's see, test fit 1 through the hole inside the recess, then fix it in place with a little super glue on the flat surfaces that make contact with the recess. Okay, so there's the test fit. And then it just says, I guess, put some super glue around there. Okay. And I'm just, okay. Push that all the way down in there, and then wipe the super glue off my fingers as quickly as I can. Okay, so part number 1 is there. Step number 3, trim number 2 off the sprue carefully, as it is very thin. Note that note that the arch indicated is nearer one end than the other. Okay, so it's saying this piece right here with the arch, it's closer to this end than it is to the other end. So we need to trim this off the sprue. Okay. Flip your sprue cutters upside down. You always want the flat edge of the sprue cutter to be against your part. You don't want the other edge to be against your part. And again, just sanding off the bit of sprue. I still have some paint on my fingers from issue 41 because I just did issue 41 earlier. Because I'm trying to get a lot of this done tonight. I think I need to do either up through issue 43 or maybe even 44, because there's the other, the other little cockpit turret that I need to prime while it's still warm. Okay, so holding number 2 this way round. So there's a little dot. See the little circle there? Right there. It's on one side of the pipe, but it's not on the other. So they're saying hold it this way around, glue the pins on each end into the small holes close to the walls of the recess. Okay, so there's a hole there and then a hole right there. So basically, we have to put it in here like so, right? Okay, so there's our test fit. And then let's see here if I can get some glue. Down in there. And down in there. And I got quite a bit of extra glue down in there. Alright. So I'm going to put the front in first. And put the back in right there. Alright. And, whoops. Now, just going to take a little bit of extra paper towel here and just try to dab up some of that extra super glue that's down in there. And, alright, that's not too bad. Once that dries, it'll be just fine. Alright, so that's in. Let's see. Step number 5, glue the pins on the end of number 3. Number 3 is going to be this big long piece here. The pins meaning these pins on the back. Into the holes matching the base of the recess. Okay, so let's just cut this piece off. Might be just a little bit out of focus. Okay, so this is going to go right there and right there, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a drop of glue on this end, like that, but then I'm going to put glue on this end here, like that. Okay, so this can go like so, like so. Okay, easy. Glue the 2 pins on the back of number 4, this being number 4 here, into the matching holes, which looks like it's going to be these 2 holes up here. So I'm gonna, looks like we need to snip there and there. Alright, we'll test fit this. Now notice that one of the pins is actually larger than the other. You can see it easily, or more easily on the base, but it should fit in right like that. Okay, and just going to put drop there. Drop there, and then all right, like that. Next, let's see, fit number 5, which is this guy down here, over the matching holes. Okay. Okay. Now where does this guy go? This guy goes right here. Again, test fitting first. No problem. And I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on each pin. And then put them in place, rock it around just a tad, and then let it sit to bond. Okay, glue the long tab on the back of number 6, which is this little tiny piece right here. And I'm just gonna, oops, gently sand off the sprue bit, and it's quite difficult to hold. Okay. Okay, all right. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter which way this thing goes in. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to get a pair, well, I can use my tweezers probably. Test fit that. That is good. Okay. Ah. Just gonna put a little tiny bead of super glue on there. Okay. Bigger bead than I thought. Now I'm just gonna set that down and okay. 2 more pieces and then we will go. I'm gonna go outside. It's dark out, so I can't really film out there, but let's see, glue the 4 pins on the back of number 7 into the matching holes. Number 7 is this really big piece here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pins. Okay. last but not least, okay, so that's there. Okay, so where does this one go? This goes, there's a hole there, there. So this is going to go like this. And then there's also, it kind of fits into like a little groove right there too. So, okay. And where did my toothpick just go? Okay. Whoop. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. All right. That one was tricky. And I think we just have one more. Almost looks like there's something should go right in that hole, but I guess not. See, we got all kinds of holes. We got that hole and this hole and two things there. Okay, anyway, this is the only piece that's left. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out of the sprue. And again, it says glue the two pins on the end of 8 into the matching holes. So it's just, you know, matching holes. And they're, you know, all the pictures or all the images are are shown in the instructions, so you shouldn't have any problem with that. Okay. Okay. So let's see, where does this go? This goes in this hole here. And then it's going to fit right, there's a little tiny hole right there, I think. Yep, okay. I see where it goes. Okay. Come on now. Did I not get enough glue on it, maybe? Oh, come on. Ah! It keeps popping back up. Way too much glue. Way too much. I just tipped something else over that shouldn't have been tipped over. Okay, let's just dab up this additional super glue. And that's the part right there. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to prime it. And then when we come back, I will have seated it into the, the actual lower frame or the lower saucer section. I don't want to get too Star Trek-y there, but that's essentially what it is. And so yeah, we'll come back in just a moment. And we'll, as I'm cleaning up things that you can't see, come back in just a moment and we will take a look at the mostly finished lower hull. We still have a lot more plant-on parts and the landing gear bays and things like that, but we're getting there. We're almost there. So we'll be right back with that. Okay, so we have the full lower frame done. We have all the panels in place. We don't have them all completely screwed down yet. Some we don't have screwed down at all. Some we just have partially screwed down. But what I wanted to show you guys, and I think they tell us to do this in a couple issues, like issue 46, but I went out to Lowe's, which is, hardware store here in the United States, and I got this M6, or maybe it's 6M. I think they call them M6 screws. Now, a lot of the ones that people are using have threads all the way down them. I actually couldn't find one like that. Try as I might, and I searched around for 10 or 15 minutes, and I thought, this is going to be fine, because it doesn't need to go all the way through. And essentially, they just fit in here. You screw them in. I had to do one. I had to get the big vice grip out to kind of tighten it down, but what it's there for is so that we can flip this around. And I'm going to try to set this I'm going to try to set this on top of the existing frame here. I'm not sure which one it was I screwed down. I think it might have been this one over here, because that would have been, yeah, I think that's right. So we've got beep, boop, beep, boop. We've got the ramp here. It's all set to go. If you flip that upside down, you might flip the video upside down. You might actually think that you're. No, I'm just kidding. So, so there we are, guys. I'm going to stand up here, and we finally have the bottom. All the hull plating pieces. We still have another landing gear bay, which is going to be similar to this over here. It's going to be right there. And then we have two big, huge pieces that are going to be back here. There's going to be one's kind of over here, the other one's over here. And we've got all kinds of greeblies and things like that that go on as well, especially back here in the back part. We also have the vane, the thrust vectoring vane pieces that go on here. But before I do any of that, we got to get to those issues. But more importantly, once I actually get the bottom kind of completed, I think probably maybe here in I don't know, 4 or 5, well, probably around issue 46, 47, something like that. I will actually be priming the whole thing in black and then respraying it in insignia white, which is this color right here. So I don't know if I'm going to, I think I might actually tape this off since this is already primed in black. I don't need to do that again, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited that we finally have, the bottom mostly done, or at least complete. It's starting to really take shape now. It's starting to look like a Millennium Falcon. And oh, I should put this piece on there too. There we go. And again, we still have, the mandibles are going to come out to, I think, about there, maybe. It's going to be a little bit shorter than the whole table. The green mat that I have this on is 2 feet. It's 24 inches from here to here, and it's 36 inches from here to here. And I think the full length of the Millennium Falcon is, I want to say it's 32 inches. So, I mean, it's going to be out, you know, the mandible should come out to about here, I think, ish. So, anyway, that's pretty much it for issue number 42. Thanks so much again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying the series, and we will see you back for issue 43 of Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. Don't forget to hit that like button, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe for this and many more videos. I'm Brad M73, and we will see you guys next time. Bye for now.